Right, so hello guys, I'm back on the next day. Hello Jim boy. And as you might be able to see, there's a couple of little changes. I've now got one bar end mirror on. As you remember, I was having problems with getting them on, even trying to do it the way I've seen a couple of guys do it online on YouTube. And I've got one of the mirrors off. I've got this one loose. I just wanted to show how to get that off. And I've got the grip on. It's right at the end of the throttle tube and right up to like a little edge bit, but there's still a gap which is a little annoying. And I did undo this some more and I had a look in there. I think that needs to be where it is, and that still works fine and everything, so I'm going to have to live with that. I think I've got some black elastic bands, so I could sort of cover that with one of them and just check that this still works fine, see how it goes. But I don't think I can pull that apart and like move it over, because I think that has to sit where it is on where the throttle cables are. So I think the original grip would have probably gone right up to the edge over that gap, and that little lip is probably there to hold it on. They might have been slightly longer than this, but I've chucked them out so I can't check that. But I want to leave that where it is, because like I say, it's right to the edge where it needs to be. So, and I'll show you a little trick what I figured out to make it possible to fit these without using those wall plugs for drywall. And also what I'll show you how I got this off. This is the surround for the tiles. I won't put it back on now because you have to really fiddle with getting that in there. That's a little awkward. That is awkward to get out, but to get it off, there's just a screw there and a screw there. Once that's off, that'll come off. You just have to be patient, slowly bring it out and bend it a little bit to get it past like the ignition barrel and things like that. That's a little bit awkward, but got it out in the end. Before that, you have to take the side panels off. These ones, this one's from this side, so we'll come around here. Some of you would have seen me take these off before, but they just sort of slot in here, and you just sort of like slide it in from a bit back and in, because this little bit slots into that bit there like that. It sits on there, and the screw goes in there, and this screw goes into this bit here, which moves about with the phone, so you have to pull the phones back while you're trying to get that in. So that's easy to get off, just two little bolts there. They've got little nylon washers on. Let's see if I can get to where we can show you how to take the mirrors off. They have a really awkward little spot, you should be able to see from here. There's two 10mm nuts there. This one's easy to get to even with a little ratchet, but the one at the back there, because of all this metal casing which is holding all the instruments on and stuff and the front fairings in it, you can't really get to that one. So once you've got this one off, you're probably better with a ring spanner. You can get to this one easy with a ring spanner as well, so you might as well take it off. They shouldn't be too tight. Mine are both loose now, so I'd be able to undo them easy, take that off. And the only problem about that is, like I've said before, I think, I can't find a block off plate for these. And these have got the metal bits that come through, which is from that bracket, which the mirrors screw onto. And I'm not sure, at the moment that seems like it's still solid there, so the fairing's not going to rattle or anything. There is a rubber frame and the fairing, and the only thing is that's a little annoying. Like, I've got some silver sugaru which I could sort of like mould into a little shape to go over that, but it would be nice to have some proper block off plates that sort of like have little threads that go through there so you could tighten them on, but I haven't found any anyway, so I might just hope that's okay like that and then put that silver sugaru over the top. But for now I'm just going to leave it. You don't need to see me put everything back together and everything, so because that's pretty easy enough. All I need to do now, because I've set the bars pretty much where I want them, and I've tightened these up. They're 25 Newton meters to torque them up. My torque wrench didn't go down that far, so I couldn't do that, so I just carefully just sort of done them up a little bit at a time, like going corner to corner, corner to corner like this, until they were properly nipped, and then just gave them a little bit of another nip up. So all I need to do now is sit on the bike, get these where I want them, and do them up. Make sure no wires foul, because this one, if you put that at a certain angle, when I'm on right lock, that does foul with the actual cluster that goes on here. So it might be better if I put that on there before I do that. But I'll be back for that. First off, I want to show you how I ended up getting these mirrors on. So I'll need this rubber mallet again. And what I'd done was, the rubber part that goes into the bars usually, obviously too big for these, that's why people then use those wall plugs, things like that. What I've done, I've put the bolt on, and I've actually cut it down, but cut out so like the middle bit's a little fatter still. done the same, turned it up the other way, cut down all around it. And also when you do it up as well, that's going to squash it and push it out as they do anyway, and that's how they work. So once you've got it enough to just get it in the end a bit, hopefully this is, I haven't tested it yet, probably not the best way to do it. Right, that's sitting on the end. Hopefully, as with the other one, I just don't want to drop it because I don't want to smash the mirror before I get it on there. And hopefully, as with the other one, if I just give that a good hammer, I might have to shave it down a little more, but I've got the knife with me. Let's go on it. Right, that's pretty much there. That's still gonna move a little bit, I think, so I can adjust that before I tighten it. As long as you do it with a rubber mallet, don't worry about giving it a good wet. Don't matter if they're not perfectly straight, but I think that's right in. Just seems like at the bottom that weren't quite as in as the other bit. Right, that should be okay. Let's give it a couple more big whacks. That's how I still can move it at the moment, but then just use your Allen key, which I think is around about 5mm or something, maybe 6, because I think it's bigger than the one for the Fairlands. And you just got to tighten that up. I've already sort of pre-tightened the nut so it's got a grip on the rub before putting it in. That should sit up against that okay. Just hold that while you tighten it. I just need to move, it just needs to come up a little bit. I think that'll do. Obviously I'll turn that out once I've got it all tight. It's quite tough to turn already, but that's tightened it already now, so that's in there nice and tight as it should be. I'm just going to smack that a little bit more, and all I need to do now, because I think these are straight as they are, straight as they get even, and I've already checked for hair for clearance. I've got a good amount of room for that side. When they be done, there's a good amount of room for that side on full lock. The only thing, like I say, when I'm like this sometimes, if that's down like that, that'll be a bit too close to the cluster, so I'll need that up, something like that. So I'll need to do this one similar sort of height. But first of all, I need to get them how I want them, how that feels okay, and tighten them up at the back with the screws. Get them how they are, tighten them up with a Allen key. I think it's the same one as this, but I won't tighten that up till I've tightened this up first. Got that how and where we want it. Just got to make sure that also works well, so I might have to just do that like a millimetre away from where that's in, and that's all good. That grip's obviously in place. That can just go somewhere like this where I can use that easily. Anything like that will do. Just tighten that up and bring that close to it once that's tight. It's got the screws on the back of these with a Phillips screwdriver. Get that in place, tighten them up, get that in place, tighten them up. Same this side. I'm going to try and fit that cluster first so I can just make sure that that's not following it once I've done that. I might actually do that up where that is, slightly down maybe, right there. I'll tighten that one up. Then I can sort that out once I've got the clutch cable, cable, and leave it out once I've got the cluster in. Right, so that's in, so now I can actually finally, I'll tighten this up first because this side's going to be easy to set up. I'll set the mirrors up properly once I'm ready to take it for a ride. That's easy, I think. That don't move much because it's slightly tightened. Just got to double check that that's not fouling on there. Just neck these up. Right. Yeah, the wire's not touching. It's not going tight there, is it? I think that's good. And I'll just tighten these ones up. That's good. Right, that should be tight enough. Don't think that'll budge. I would like to get this a similar sort of height. Hard to see what's what, but I'll just nip it up there, because if I put them where it looks like these are the same height, that lever's all the way down, so you can't really go by that. Just nip them up a little bit and see where we are. Just want to see what that feels like. Yeah, it needs to just come up a little bit like that. Want that fairly flat as well. I think that should do it. And I can always adjust another time if I'm not happy with it. Just nip them up some more. Don't really need much to tighten them up. But it might be awkward getting to one of the screws. Levers up. This one's alright. This one's alright. Just screw them both a little bit at a time till they sit in place where you want them. They are still moving on the bar a bit, so if that becomes an issue, because I have to put a bit of pressure on to do it, so just using these and stuff, it shouldn't be a problem. But if that seems to be a problem and that does move, I can always just undo these, move that up, undo that enough to open it up a bit and put something like a bit of heat shrink in, a bit of tape or anything like that, just to give that something to clamp onto. This one I know, once I tightened it up, because I tightened it up before, it wasn't moving anywhere, so I'm not to worry about this one. And luckily I can get to the screws without having to move the levers. I think this is finally going to be done. Yeah, that's tight. That one's not moving nowhere. I think I can end the video and I'll put them side bits back on once I'm done, so I can take this helmet off and cool down a bit. Let's get on the bike. I'm liking that. I like the feel of this. Definitely feels quite a bit different. They're definitely wider and obviously lower, that being the ultra low. That's all working nice and smoothly. That's nice and flat. Yeah, they feel pretty good actually where they are. To lock on them are good. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Let me know what you think. As usual, a bit of faff out on that. Really chuffed with the result. Look nice with the levers that I fitted a little while ago. And you're probably getting a lot of glare now from that sun, so it's good that we're coming to an end of the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and put those notification bell on, because a lot of people have not been watching my video. I don't know whether it's just because my videos are crap. That's fine. Or whether you're just not noticing my videos going up. But hopefully you'll enjoy this one, and obviously this might be helpful for other people wanting to do these bars, and especially on this bike. Anyway, I'll leave it there and I'll see you in the next video where I'll be testing these bars out, because this one will be long enough as it is, I think. Anyway, I'll see you soon.